Okay, I slightly boofed the intro because I didn't have the game started. But here we are. Now we're actually starting. Took a second. We made it. Alright. Alright. We gotta play not Tetris. That's right. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Welcome everyone to Under Construction, aka the Tolbrynd Peninsula project, aka Trainz route building, aka whatever you want to call it. I need to sort of Under Construction has, as I have said, is a really like non-descriptive name for this series, which is why I'm trying to move past it. I don't know if I will be completely successful because I've been calling it Under Construction internally still for the past, several weeks. So despite the fact that it has been removed from the thumbnails, it is not gone, in case you were missing it. But no, I suppose this is the Tolbrynd Peninsula project. That is something that's a little bit more descriptive than Under Construction, the most generic name I could come up with. Really, I need to sit down and think about these names more. Oh, okay. I'm very good at a generic, meaningless name. See also the Iron Horseman. Something that of course I don't have singular claim to either. Not, the Iron Horseman Company, not to be confused with the Iron Horseman, the biker gang, or a whole other host of things called Iron Horse whatever. Alright. This is our pre-stream stream time. People to get in, start giving me things to talk about. I don't have a lot to think about, or I don't come preloaded with topics. I used to want to do that, and then I realized I would never remember them anyway, and I can't finish a thought on this show. So, what was the point? Alright, we're not rushing. Let's get this down into here. Really, there isn't much. So I've been randomly decided that I should be playing Minesweeper again, and I've been playing Minesweeper just sort of in downtime, or like when I'm in Railroader and there's not a lot to do. And turns out I'm not good at Minesweeper. Like, I usually get quite close and then I fumble it. I just don't know the techniques. There's techniques, there's patterns you need to recognize. And I don't know them. And I looked them up, and I didn't, memorize them right away. Not because I tried and failed to memorize them, but because I kind of wanted to understand the patterns and not just, like I'm playing Minesweeper to do a kind of deductive reasoning, right? Not just because I want to click and see numbers appear on my screen. There are plenty of things that I can do if I want to just click and see numbers appear on my screen. I was playing, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76, and that sort of scratches a very particular itch of, brainless gaming, Fallout 76 is, the least RPG Fallout title, at least of the mainline games, and of the ones that I've played, certainly. You don't have a ton of, you don't have a ton of options in terms of narrative changes, but you do have, you've got all your different character builds, or not character builds, I suppose, but yeah, character builds. Choose your fighter. No, and I'll go into there and I'll do that if I want to run around and shoot stuff. It's like, mindless isn't the right word, but it's very straightforward. I don't have to think very hard about it. And sometimes you want a game where you don't have to think very hard. Which is, me saying that is really something, considering if you know me, you know that I love a game where you do have to think very hard, and the, failure is imminent at every turn. And things are complicated. But, no, this is something a little bit different. If If I want a brainless game, I'll go do that. Let's be careful with that middle shape. Be careful with that middle shape. I assume it's already gone. I assume I was accidentally building a swastika or something. The not Tetris, the not Nazi Tetris. I don't know. It's gone now. Well, it's good. Good, it's taken care of. Listen, I want you to know that my goal here is to remove all of the shapes, good ones and the bad ones. They've all got to go away. This is an anti-shape channel. We don't do shapes here. This is the shape disposal unit, as a matter of fact. And it's doing a good job of disposing shapes, that's for sure. Look at them go. Okay. TJ's the first number one shatter so far today. Okay, let's... Oh, damn it. I really wanted to see if I could stick that in there. Because then we've got... Okay, that's interesting. That's not going to work. I can't put that over there. We get all the long ones at once. But we're doing pretty well. We've made it halfway to the cutscene. That's like... That should be par. Do we call that par? If we beat that, it's going to be a good day. If we get the cutscene of the rocket launch. I don't know if there's anything better than that. There might be something better than that if we really get good. If we get really far along here. But I've never made it that far. I mean, we've made it into the quintuple digits a couple of times, I think. If you check the score. Let's check the scores when we're done here. But... Okay, well, that could have been worse. Should have turned it around 180 degrees. There we go. I think we have made it over 10,000 a couple of times, but maybe my highest score is gone because it was from before I started recording this and before I reinstalled everything. I think that's... I don't know. I don't remember. Because, you know, way back a million years ago, I used to play this, not competitively, like competitive, you know, nobody was paying me for it. But I would, you know, I had a friend who would also play it and try to see who get the highest score. And I don't remember if I won, but I remember that I had a fairly high score when I played this more than once a week. Now, unlike regular Tetris, there's not as much strategy because you can't, you know, you can't take a piece and stick it in the piece holder. Stick it to the side for a few minutes while other things happen. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. We're gonna have to put this over here. Oh, and I can hear... Lafayette is outside and I can hear him popping off. Alright, there we go. Come on. Let me... It's funny because the way that stuff echoes off the houses here, it always sounds like he is behind me. Like he's out towards the street. But he's not. He's in the backyard, which is in front of me. Oh, we're donezo. We're done. We're done. We're not making it to par. Oh, I'm giving up. Oh, I could have... No. That... We hung on there for a good little while. Okay. Let's get to doing what we came here to do. We were, of course, back in Tolbrynd. Oh, what's next? I mean, part of me wants to go back to doing industry stuff. I talked about last time setting up the... Oops. Oh, that's M. That's the M button. No, I don't want to do that. Been playing too much Railroader. Setting up the pigs. The round-trip pigs. Although, it might be tough to do that, because... So, the idea was, we have two kinds sorry, not pigs. We have two kinds of sheep. We have two different sheep commodities. One of these is invisible, and one of them is not invisible. And if we go and we find the correct cars for this, we will see the sheep. Well, actually, we can probably look at, here are our industry links. Although all of these industry links, if I remember right, how many viewers do we need for you to get your annual haircut? Oh, gee. I do need to get, I need to get on that. Why is this in here twice? Is everything duplicated? No. Oh wait, no, sorry. This is transferring. Yeah, why is this in here twice? Oh, okay. Narrow gauge and standard gauge. Okay, I understand. Because we've got we have an abandoned track over there. We have our sheep pen here. And importantly, this is invisible track because that's the end of the third rail. Awaiting dispatch of sheep. Yeah, okay, so we've got sheep. But if I look in this and show you what else we've got sheep invisible. And if I remember right, the invisible sheep are, let's see, you're able to load them into the rail car that we use for this, which is some sort of stock car that I guess we don't have any of. Oh, we have one. Okay. We've got one over here. Sports, cattle, invisible, hog, invisible, and sheep, invisible. Now, the thing I'm worried about is breaking the only convention that we have so far established for the only convention we have so far established for the industries, which is we don't want to have more than one commodity that can be picked up at the same industry. This is moves sheep from the sheep drop-off to the sulfuric acid drop-off. Is that even a thing that should still be done? Because the sulfuric acid drop-off, I think, is not doing anything anymore. That may just be a leftover. Let me move that out of the way. This is the sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid. Maybe there is no sulfuric acid drop-off anymore. Yeah, we're using sodium hydroxide. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this isn't going to anything. I'm fairly sure. We've got multiple shearing sheds. What is the difference? Is it just me, or are these the same? We've got shearing shed 9 and shearing shed 4. What? I'll use the other one because, I don't know. I guess I should. But this is going to go here. And then we got to tidy up our fence work. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And then that's kind of a problem. You know what? I think I'm actually going to put this here so that this doorway leads to not the pen. You can't have sheep that walk up here and then take a leap of faith. Yeah, so the idea is, and I might have to extend this a little bit. It's starting to go down the hill. Not really what I want, but we might have to just live with that. Or maybe I can flatten that out. No, I don't know. I might leave it. It's a little goofy, but it's fine. Yeah, so let's delete this old industry link that we don't need anymore. Although, we'll probably have to hang on to that industry link. It'll just need to do something else. So, we need to convert this industry into doing something else. Did I put the building back? Yes. We need to convert this industry into doing something else in order to move the sheep over. So, consumes 5 sheep and produces 1 character B. Something else I also want to do is I want to have it produce maybe a character E. Maybe 1 for every sheep. So our size is 100, which assumes that we go through 50 sheep in a day. Yeah, it consumes 5 items every 8640, which is, I assume, 1/10 of a day, right? If we check our industry calculator, productions for day 10, 8640. Yes, okay, perfect. That is correct. But I also wanted to produce character E. I wanted to produce 5 of them. Oh, shoot, hang on. Items, processes, 8640. And it's going to become character E, and then it's going to produce 5 items. Okay, so it consumes 5 sheep. It produces 1 unit of wool and 5 units of E, basically. And that E will become invisible sheep. So they can go back the other way. So let's grab this. Now these have been updated, so they actually should work now. They should work fine. Technically, we are working on the VMR today, so... Or, well, actually, no, this is not the VMR. We are working near the VMR. We are working closer to the VMR than we have previously. Oops. Let's see if we can make that parallel. And let's see if we can get that into place. Also, that's not necessarily going to play nice with the way that the track is in terms of vertical profile, which is, you know, less than ideal, but what are you going to do? I do want to say that earlier today I watched the new Century of Steam, or the new publicly released Century of Steam devlog, which is Industries Part 2. That is really cool. Honestly, there wasn't very much for me to take away from Industries Part 2 that was not already apparent to me in Industries Part 1. I do, though, appreciate the lip service to, oh, hey, we've talked a lot about how we're going to do, how long it takes for cars to load, because that was the one thing that was on my mind. You know, I want things to sort of look like, hello? I want the, oh, I can't modify the track, I can only modify the industry itself. Oh, we're gonna have to add this stuff to the, spreadsheet, huh? Okay, so Fall River Bleachery sheep pick up. There we go. We're gonna have sheep invisible. I love the implications of invisible sheep. And the letter E. Today's episode of Under Construction is brought to you by the letter E. So this is going to be a waybill of 0%, right? We don't want a waybill released for the E. Or maybe I should set it to 100%. I don't understand totally how the waybills work. Okay, this is going to be set to 50%. Let's set the products for both to items. If anybody has insight on how the waybills work, I'd love to hear it. And this is going to, you know what this is going to do? This is just going to turn E into sheep And I mean, it could just do 1-to-1 all the time, every second. Because why not? It's not limited by anything. There shouldn't be any storage here for E. But let me check on these over here to make sure that we're following our own sort of procedure. The processes here is the same normal process. So we're going to just keep doing that. And if it is a problem later, then it's a problem later. Tracks, we want sheep to be loaded into vehicle. Oh, and I should check the other ones to make sure everything is copacetic. So 5 into 5 every 8640. I think that's what it was. Yes, 8640. See, I do remember things every once in a while. And it starts. Products. Tracks. Queues. That should be all done. Let me just check on the queues. Because if we have something like this, we have that waybill set to 0%. Okay, so we're going to set that to 0% just to make sure that everything is on the same page. Again, not totally sure how it works, but it is what it is. The queue for bees. Wait, why is the queue of size 1? Should it be only making one? Did I commit to only moving these things in single item increments? Although, what is the queue here is 10. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Why is this queue 10? If this has items, probably because it produces in increments of 10, right? So this produces in increments of 5, so the queue should be 5. Queue size 5. No, oh, that's the coal. Duh. Hold on, get out of here. Let's go here. Queue size of 5. That way we never have any left over. And I assume we want to set the outbound queue to the same. You cannot fit extra stuff. Will this industry work? Will it do what it's supposed to do? That is anybody's guess at this point, and you have to play the route for several hours before it's apparent whether it's working or not, but, you know. Processes. Let's set, or sorry, queues. We need to set 50 sheep in here, so it's half full. That should show up, right? Yes, no, maybe? Yep, okay, we have invisible sheep. Now we can take the sheep back this way. Now we need to set up this multiple industry or industry link. The product is going to be going from the sheep drop-off to the sheep pickup. And it's going to be, in a previous world, it would have been invisible sheep, but now it is character E. Okay. So we've got that going for us. We've got 2 little sheep houses, and we have our sheep return set up. Now we just need to make the opposite equivalent over here. It's the first time we've edited something in Olive in a little while. Although, of course, we did spend a lot of time messing with the sawmill. Okay. Where's the sheep? Sheep's over here. That's just a defunct industry. We have this here. And I think I'll just add a shed. I'll add a shed, and you know what? I'll position it like this, so that it's... Oh, wait, no. Wait. Yeah, that's supposed to be pointing at the train, so maybe we can't do that. Mostly because I just need a second place to put, an industry track. That's not close enough to the track. That is a little bit better. Now, which one of these is the industry, though? That's the question. I'm going to assume it's the one that's closer in, because the one that's further out is a default industry looking thing. Okay. Oh shoot, there's a thing there. Oh, did I really? Oh, okay. It's funny, the stuff that I did back when we were starting out for detail that I do not bother with anymore. Can I please snap that spline? Oh. Never mind. Ignore me. Now let's try. No, it still didn't work. Even when I, oh, there we go. And we should probably clear out the grass from here. At least much of the grass. Yeah, this freight has been pretty reliable on the camera. It's been coming by like every episode. It's just the right time. Okay. So this has also got some elevation issues. That's okay though. Got to go back to track mode. We got to add a spline point here. Ooh. That calzone is tearing me up. It's not next to me anymore, so it's not threatening me, but it's threatening me on the inside. Oh, can I please click on the industry? Oh, wait. You know, it's been a while since I've heard that sound. I remember when it was... a much harsher sound. OL Olive Stockyard Sheep Race. Oh, Olive Stockyard. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to do some adjustment here. We're gonna have to do all these at once. Olive Stockyard sheep drop off is gonna be here, and then Olive Stockyard sheep pickup. Because if I remember my standards document here, industry track is town railroad name use. So yeah, and now we need to add this. We're gonna need to add all these to the industry list once we are done. Appreciate people coming around today. Okay, industry link. It's always fun to play with industry links. Let's see, we used E most recently, so let's use F. And, you know, I'm realizing something, which is that the sheep are going to be completely captive service. Or I could just have them vanish here, right? I could have it, instead of being like on a full rotation, I could have the thing open on the end here and just say that produces sheep, that converts them, this deletes them. That's probably the way to do it in case something happens. We don't have the complete and utter destruction of sheep. Although there may be other places to get sheep on the map. Well, other than the interchange, or not interchange, the you could call it the interchange. Staging. Sheep. Invisible. Yes, please. There's a joke in here somewhere, surely, about who are the sheep hiding from. And it's not the wolves. Okay, so there are 50 sheep. Oh. Open this. Switch to items. I wish I could set that to always be the default. Size 100, blah, blah, blah. Tracks, sheep invisible. Consumes sheep every 8640. And it consumes 5 of them. So that's going to be 50 sheep. Waiting for dispatch of sheep. Okay. So, oh wait, why is the process disabled? Why did it say process is disabled? It shouldn't be. Maybe because it just hasn't updated yet. Unload from vehicle and consume. Consume sheep. Let's see. Okay, yeah, now it's in there. All right. I'm using WASD. That's not helpful. What is next? We need to put these in the spreadsheet. Industries in balance. We've got to go back to Olive. It's been a little bit. For Olive, this is up on the VMR main line. Olive stockyard. Sheep pickup. And then for the consumer industry, we're going to go down here, and I should share my screen. If we're going to be doing industry stuff, I should share my screen, my whole screen, and nothing but the screen. And there are no consumer industries on the VMR main line, so I need to add that. Insert one below. Olive, VMR main line. Oh, we are doing stuff on the VMR after all. Olive stockyard, sheep drop off, and sheep invisible. I think it's a capital S for sheep. Let's double check. Yes, it is a capital S for sheep. And this is going to be, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. Oh. Of course, the formatting is not going to play nice. Nope, I want to, nope. Wow, I'm all over the place today. All right, 50 and 50, and that means this is going to be 2 carloads of sheep. Have you been switched today? Sheep invisible, 50-50. Oh, we need to fix... No, we don't need to fix this up here. No, not Olive Branch. Not Bellington. Mason Valley. Where are you? Consumer Industries. Fall River Bleachery Sheep Drop-Off. We're going to go over to Producer Industries. We're going to go over to the Fall River Bleachery. Why are these not in alphabetical order? G comes before P. And then S comes after P. You wouldn't believe it, but it is. It's true. Olive, Mason Valley, Fall River Bleachery, sheep pickup, and then sheep invisible. And this is going to be 50-50. Copy this from above. It gives us 2 carloads, and we're going to go into the commodity balance. Now we need another. Insert row below. Sheep invisible. And there we go. It is the same as sheep. How about that? 2 cars there, 2 cars back. Hi, Redding. I mean, Redding. He's spooky, apparently. I'm being told. Okay. Okay, we did the invisible sheep. Don't take that the wrong way. That's why the sheep are invisible. They're hiding from that. You can fill in the text of the joke yourself. You don't need me here for that. Also, I was talking earlier about how my computer handles Railroader and how it handles Tolbrynd differently. And the difference is my CPU is pegged at 100% and it's not moving. It pretty much just sits there the whole time. If I move the camera at all, it might drop a little bit, but if I move the camera at all, it wakes right back up. Okay, so we have to build this bloodthirsty industry, the Ameren meat packing plant, And what did I put this here because I wanted to put this industry here, didn't I? I probably said something about doing something else with it too and having a second drop off, but we're just gonna do what we came here to do. So we've got, excuse me, we've got 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3 input tracks, which are, excuse me, which are phosphoric acid as a preservative, general goods. Oh, this is an outbound, right? Or is this an inbound? Yeah, this is an outbound. So we've got 1 input, 2 inputs, obviously, and then we've got 3, 4 outputs. At some point, they have to figure out how to completely modernize Trainz without having to remove all the content. Yeah, I mean, they've really tried. You know, they've really, the ball is rolling super slowly, but it is in fact rolling, because there are things that will give you at least warnings and say like, hey, in the future, this content won't be supported. You should do something about that now. But of course, some of this content is 20 years old, and the people that have made it, they're long gone. Because it's sort of the unique nature of Trainz that because it passes between games, in the series, and it isn't like, oh, you have to upgrade, you have to upgrade, you have to upgrade. It's not like the modding scene in a lot of other games where modders are always playing catch up, not in a bad way, but in a truthful way, always playing catch up, and also like there's this old project I want to take from that. The Trainz community is super super segmented, and the different games available at the same time. And Redding, I wasn't saying that you were saying that they weren't doing work. I'm saying that that there is something happening there, not necessarily for your sake, but for the sake of the conversation. I feel like we need a fence here, just some kind of fence. I don't know why. I just feel like we need it. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a fence here. And that we were already looking at a fence. Fence arc mesh. Yeah, we can probably just use it like a cheapo. Oh no, that is not cheapo. That's really nice. We don't want a barbed wire fence. We want either some kind of chain link fence without barbed wire. I don't want barbed wire. Let's just put a regular chain link fence here. There's not, I mean, the issue is just preventing people from driving across the dirt. Not necessarily keeping them out, because you can just walk around that way. Okay, so multi-industry. So we need a handful of multi-industries. We need a little one for this. We need a big one. That's not a big one. Oh, we've got a 60-meter one, right? Yeah, let's use that one. We've got a big one for the unloading of the cows. We need a medium-sized one for this platform. 20-meter one, which is, about 60 feet. And then what? We're going to need probably 2 more for this, but I kind of wish we had an intermediate-sized one. I think we'll just stick with a pair of 20-meter ones because you can theoretically fit them all on there. And that's about how long the platform itself is. So, yeah, because we're putting out two different kinds of crate here. Honestly, part of me is wondering if instead of putting out two different kinds of thing and also general goods, we could be taking in a carload of general goods and putting out more of the food instead. JVC assets are still technically being made Uh, that's kind of that's I mean that's kind of amazing, to be honest. Uh, what do we think? Should I have a second input here? Because or a third input, because let's see, what are we producing? We're producing some kind of we're producing general goods, we're producing some kind of product crate. Um, we're producing two kinds of meat product, or three kinds if you count the general goods. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm tempted to change this and say that we should be bringing in another kind of commodity. Again, maybe just general goods instead of having three outputs. It seemed excessive when I looked at it earlier. Because we have to define what these are, right? Because we've got the Tartan product crate and the Del Monte product crate. No, the San Marcos product crate. Um, and if we say the San Marcos product crates are some kind of meat product, you know, they're steaks or something, then we have a general goods output here that sort of covers everything else. Because what else are you going to move? Like, the reason I'm asking this question, the reason I'm hesitating, is because it's reasonable to want every output to be tied to a unique supply chain. Um, so if we have these two outputs and um, they're both just food crates of some kind, then what should that be tied to? You know, where are these going to go? This is probably going to go to some kind of refrigerator warehouse. And can that be reasonably distinguished from whatever's in these cars? They'll probably both go to a refrigerator warehouse, so why use two of our product crates, which they're nice generic items and they're kind of in short supply? Why use two of those for this? So I think instead we're going to consume a carload of general goods instead of these product crates, and I'm just going to take these and I'm going to stick these over here. Just stick them in the yard. I don't want to be deleting stuff if I don't have to, you know? I'll just put it over here. So, and these guys are all in the yard because they were ones that I was using or whatever. Toledo, Oregon town has so little fencing, but the entire paper mill is heavily barred. That's where the money is. Okay, I have to, let's see, should I slot these into place first, or should I program them first? I'm wondering what the best course of action is there. I think I should probably program them first so I don't forget what goes where. But we do have one other little thing to do, which is we now need to grab a boxcar that can handle general goods. What is our default asset for general goods? The crate kind, the inbound kind. I feel like I should remember this. In crate, it is. It's not that one. Oh, it's the 40-foot boxcar NKP. Oh, shoot. That's. I've been trying to get away from those because of how they really apparently want to pick up the letters, but you know, whatever. 40-foot boxcar NKP. Let's put this over here. There's a bus stop right in front of a wall of truck trailers with nothing stopping you from moseying on up to them. Okay, plate, road, boxcar. This is going to be. Oh, shoot. Loads? Yes. General goods. I'm glad this still works. Units, 40. There we go. Save changes. Voila. Come on. Yes, okay. It is in fact full. So it's going to consume 1 box of miscellaneous, whatever this is. Whether this be, this is basically just going to be packing materials, right? Packaging of some description. So, okay. That means we've got 1, 2 cars in, plus all of these cars of cows. That's a lot of effing cows. And what is this supposed to be? Feed? I guess we don't have an input for feed, but you can probably get that anywhere in this town. Okay, so that. So this is for cows. This is for that. Oh, and we need this place as well. So another 60-meter industry that we will work into place as soon as this is all set up. We also need to designate sort of our primary thing, which is probably going to be the cows. And so we're going to need to bring, let's see, we need industry links. We need 1 to bring stuff into there from here. We need 1 to bring stuff. Basically, we need 1 for every industry pair. I mean, we probably do not actually need 1 for every industry pair. And yeah, that is probably excessive, but whatever. Let's do it anyway. So that to that, that to that, this to this, and this to this, because we've got 1, 2. Oh shoot, I'm missing 1. Let's grab another one of these. All right, so this is going to be now we gotta name them all. This is, where are we? We are in Dells, which I think I gave it its own designator. Yeah, DE, or Dellsaware. DE, Ameren Meat Packing. And this is going to be, what's the first one I clicked on? This is a 60-meter one. This is going to be in general goods. Or let's just say, let's bring it down. Let's say Ameren Meats, general goods in. Or no, out. Okay. This one's going to be DE Ameren Meats, general goods in. There we go. Oh, and I hit enter, it does nothing. This is, what is this? Potassium something or other. What did I say? Phosphoric acid. Is it phosphoric acid or is it potassium hydroxide? I forget. Let's double check. Phosphoric acid. Okay, with the P capitalized. DE Ameren Meats. Phosphoric acid. Okay, so that's 3. Oh, wait. No, did I click on the wrong one? I did click on the wrong one. Copy that. Paste it over there. This is going to be Ameren Meats cattle. This is where the beef are coming. There's the beef. This one is going to be general goods in. Yep, we did that. We have general goods out. We need this one, which is going to be product crates. And then this is going to be what? This is going to be finished leather or something. Yeah, it is. It's literally finished leather. I guessed correctly. Okay. Ameren Meats, finished leather. Okay. Now we have them all named. That's the start. That's where we begin. Where to now? Something in my ear. Apologize for that. Okay. Now we need to actually set them up. So what did we decide? Okay, phosphoric acid is the first one. Which we have to find that in here. Nope. Phosphoric acid. What is 1 carload of phosphoric acid? Phosphoric acid is 91,700 in this very modern-looking tank car. Which is to say, set this to items. Set the way bill to 50% as usual. 91,700. And we need to multiply that by 2 in the industry calculator, so 91,700. That's 183,400. That's our max units. Thank goodness it doesn't say maximum 256, that'd be downer. Where we want you to unload phosphoric acid from the vehicle. And then for the processes, I wonder if updating this has fixed the other issue we were having. For the processes, I'm not going to worry about that yet. We're just getting these in here, and we're going to set up that we have half, which is 91,700. Right? Yep. Okay. So there's one. The cows is going to be the biggest one. It's going to be a lot of effing cows. Okay. General goods. General goods is going to be... This is outbound general goods, so it's... The first one? Yes, it is the first one. So it's going to be 2 carloads of general goods, which is, if I remember right, that's 42 a car. Or it's 16. It's one of the two. No, the box is 16. So 64, 50%. Set this to items. Set this to 32 for 2 carloads. Set this to load into vehicle. Perfect. Okay, general goods, 1 item, 1 unit. Okay, we've got that. One more step in the right direction. Next one is the general goods in, which is the second kind of general goods. General goods. There are 40 to a carload. If I can set this to items, 40 to a carload means... No. Yes, because we're only bringing in 1 carload. 80, there will be 40 waiting. The weigh bill would be 50% like anything else. Okay, tracks. This is going to unload from vehicle. And we're not going to worry about the processes yet. Next thing, and let me increase the number of cars that we are outputting here. I think I could do 5 cars, because we were doing 6 earlier. Although with all those cows, I have to imagine we will be producing more than this. Although maybe a lot of it does not go out by train. So let's just keep it to 6 cars. Let's do 6 cars. And then we're going to pass the product crates along to the other 3. And there they are. Maybe I could add more platform. Nah. Okay. Something that I would love to do in the future is put little signs or something down that show you where the edge of the platform is, because right now there's no way to tell where the edge of the industry is. Product crates. These are tartan product crates. If I remember right, no, these are not tartan product crates. These are the other ones. Which ones? Clicked on the wrong thing. Some kind of product crate. San Marcos. Okay. I had S on the tip of my tongue, but I wasn't sure. San Marcos product crates. And how many San Marcos product crates go into a... Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay. So that's good because that number helps us probably do math. There's 2,000 to a carload. So 2,000 product crates per car. We've got 6 cars. That is 12,000 or 24,000 in total. So there's going to be 12,000 waiting or, available or whatever. And that is our turnover per day. And then, oh, wrong button. We need to go into tracks. We need to go to San Marcos product crate, and we need to say load into vehicle. Okay, that means we've only got one left. The tanned leather, or finished leather. Finished leather. Finished leather. There's Fiat 600s. We could have a Fiat factory on this map. Now, finished leather, I've got no idea. We've never even touched this one before. Finished leather, the carload amount, the quantity, is 40,000. That's a lot of leather. So if we got 4 cars, that's 160,000 items of leather per day, or 320,000 in for the size of the queue. So 160,000 per day. And of course we need this to finish leather, we need it to load into vehicle. Okay, so now we have an awful lot of math to do. We have an awful lot of math to do. Let me think. So, what do we figure is going to be our limiting factor, right? I mean, it's probably going to be the smallest thing because we can only break down the general goods into... Wait, what? How is this holding 40? How do you have 40? Your maximum is 60. 16. What the hell? Oh, these cars are getting too fancy for their own good. They're going to be a problem. We're going to have to get rid of them. We are going to have to get rid of them. We're going to have to find... you know what? Let me mark some commodities. Because I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to ditch the nice boxcars. The boxcars in question are... Where are you? Oh, you know what? If I go to General Goods, I'll find them. Oh, there they are. 40-foot boxcar NKP. We need to find a different commodity, or a different car for barley. This kind of barley. We need to find a different commodity for... Oh, shoot. I scrolled away from it. For the cement bag pallets. We need to find a different one for the fertilizer bag pallets. As well as for the flour bag pallets. I mean, these are just... They're all part of the same set of commodities, I believe. And we need to figure out new cars for general goods, which we'd really be best served finding alternates with the same amount as a carload, because if we don't, that's going to break a lot of math that's been done all over the map. Um, because these things are causing problems. I mean, I think we're just gonna have to live with them for now. We will have to live with them for now. Okay. Now that we've got all these things, all these industries set up, and we know our commodities, we have to move these freight cars out of here and into the yard. You over there. You over there. You over there. We're gonna have to invisible track that. Okay. Where's my BNSF 50 invisible track? So separate these ends. Then we're gonna have to move them away. Oh yeah. That's great. That will be something that we have to clean up. Also, I'm noticing that we left some grid lines visible here. Let's take care of those. That's always something to keep an eye out for. You see the yellow and gray, you break out the paintbrush. Maybe the thing to do is just to do that. Okay. We probably shouldn't move them into place yet. We still have to edit them a whole bunch. So, oh shoot, I kicked my speaker wire. Maybe it's better. I can't tell. Okay. Oh, we didn't do the cows. We didn't put the cows in. How many cows are we consuming per day? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I say? There's 20 some. Damn it. My speakers are not long for this world, and if I touch the cable, I'm in a world of hurt, and I touch the cable. Oh well. Okay. Let's see. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Okay, right. So 4 cuts of 7 cars. That's what we came up with. 28 times 20 head of hog, or cattle rather, 20 head of cattle. 560. 560 cows per day, meaning times 2, yep. 1120 in the thing, which is actually less than I had initially expected. I thought it was going to be an outrageous number, but cattle, not invisible, just cattle. Set this to 50, set this to 1120. Yep. Products, items. Set this to 560, right? Oh, no. That's not good. How are we going to handle that? Cattle is limited to 256 units. Really? Well, what other cow types can these cars carry? No source of cattle. Consumes 1 cattle. Oh wait, that's the industry. Now I want this. Cattle invisible, hog invisible, sheep invisible, and 1 others. Sheep load for L wagon. Is the no? I bet cattle invisible is the same because hog invisible was that as well. How do we get around this? We need to work smart. Oh, there we go. We need to work smart. We need to figure out what to do about this, because this is actually quite problematic. I didn't expect cattle to have this problem. I mean, we could always sort of bring down our expectations and say, okay, well, we're only going to drop off 100 and... I mean, what's half of 256? 123? No, 128. Right, of course, 128. 128 cattle per day, but that's not a lot of cows. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars of cows. Now, we could just have it max out and have to make it so that you have to feed the thing repeatedly, but that's no fun. No, the stakes have in fact been quite lowered. Hi, Matt. Now, I'm wondering, I could maybe quickly convert the cows into something else. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So, I could have it immediately convert the cows into the intermediate commodity. But if we have an intermediate commodity from here, then the actual industry process should happen somewhere else. Needs to happen somewhere else, really. So that means we're not going to be governed by the cows. It means we're going to be governed by one of these other things. And I mean, honestly, the obvious one to me is this one here, because it's kind of a weird number. So if we say, let's say, okay, 256 units of cattle, or because we've got to go in sets of 20, we'll say 240. And then we will have to convert them. Let's see, the next letter is letter F. Oh, character F. So if we convert one cow to one letter F, then that's then we're cooking with gas a little bit. Oh, let's set this to units. I might have to do something that I haven't done in a long time, which is I might have to sort of build a mathematical representation of this industry. Now the question is, how can we break up 91,700? Actually, what is our lowest amount of commodity? Because this we have 560. Our lowest amount is either 32. It's either 32 or 40. Yeah, okay, it's 32. So this place, this is turn this off, turn that off. Save changes. We're gonna have to get rid of the we're gonna have to get rid of the industry tracks, which it's just that one. Oh, okay, that's not what I expected. So yeah, okay, we produce 32 general goods. We consume 40 general goods. So that alone is kind of a headache. But we can break that down by 4, so we can have this okay. 32 general goods and 40 general goods. This is consumed, this is produced, but it doesn't really matter. Equals this divided by this, and then equals this divided by that same thing. So we gotta find the least common denominator, actually probably the highest common denominator, which is 8. Okay. So we can consume them in sets of 8, which means we are producing 4 times a day. Now, if everything else is divisible by 4, that is great. But given the volume that's being produced here, I don't know if that is reasonable. So let me scoot this over, because we've got other commodities. We've got the 91 700 that's coming out of there. This is the potassium whatchamacallit. Oops. This needs to be J12. No, sorry, it needs to be G12. There we go. So that's not good. We can't do it. We can't, oh, we can do that. We can produce 4 times a day. And each rotation will create 8 of these and 10 of these and that much of that, which I don't think we can go up any further. If we try to do 8, then it breaks. If we try to do 6, then it breaks. If we try to do, more than that, then this is going to be a problem. So we might just have to stick to 4 times a day. And that's why I wanted this to be the governing thing, because it's the weirdest number. We also have 560 cows. 560 cows divided by 4 is... Nope. Hello. There we go. Is 140, so it cooks 140 at each rotation. And then we're still mixing the product crates. The product crates. How many product crates are we have? What is happening there? Oh, right. It's 12,000 and 160,000. 12,000, 160,000. And then this divided by this. And then this. Oops. Then this divided by this. So every time this turns over, it is going to consume that much, produce this much, consume this much, consume this much, and produce that much and that much. Okay, let's get that all into something. Yeah, we need to assume the cow is spherical. Yeah, it is we're producing round meals here. We have a lot of Q's, but all these Q's are going to be letters, right? So this one is going to be converting cows into F's, and we'll do it 1 to 1. But I will set this to be, I don't know, however many cars can be dropped off here. This is, I think this industry is going to have to act a little strangely. So we will set this to 256. We will set this to our 1120 number, because that is the absolute most, that is the absolute maximum number of cows that we can have stored in the machine, basically. This is actually going to start at 0. This is going to start at half filled. 560. Oh, wait. Why are the letters limited? Okay, we're gonna have to break this down then. So, okay, it's gonna be a multi-step procedure. We're gonna have to convert cows down. We're gonna have condensed cows. So for every, we have 560. How does 560 break down? Divided by, I mean, you can divide by 10, you can have 56. 560 divided by 4 is 140, which is 7 cars. That is not bad. Okay, so 7 cars is going to give us 140 cows. So if we set this to 140 cows, And that's half the day, but we want this to be as granular as possible. So set this to, let's see, 28. Let's do 28 for the number of cars. And then we'll leave 14 in here. And what we will do is we will, first of all, we'll set this waybill to 100%, I guess. Or no, because we can't set it at 280. Yeah, set it to 100%. I don't know. I don't know what the waybill does. I don't know if setting it to 0 or 100 makes more sense here. 140. And then it's going to down convert them. It's going to, for every 20 cows, it's going to make one F. So, consumes cattle, produces character F, and it's going to do it as often as possible. I'll just leave a duration of 30 seconds. So, consume 20 items, produce one F. That is one condensed carload of cattle. Okay? Condensed carload of cattle. That's our new unit. That then has to go into here. This is going to be character F. Hi, Bankman. The cube for character F. Okay, we're going to put a waybill of 0% on there. And we need to set this to items. You know what, actually, we're going to set the max Q to 14. I'm going to start this at 7. And that's immediately, that's going to evaporate immediately. Let's just start it at 14. And the reason is because actually I'm going to go back to here. Oops. I'm going to go back to here. And I'm going to say, start this with a Q of 0. So these are both going to start empty because all of the cows are going to be in the other thing, and it doesn't actually matter. So yeah, you're going to get cows. You're going to turn them into condensed cow carloads. It's going to be maximum of 14 condensed cow carloads in here at a time. I mean, what's funny is I could probably, I don't know if Trainz would do that. I could probably set this up to slowly consume the cows. So you had to leave the car spotted here for a couple minutes. But that's not what we're here to do. I want it to be able to empty 7 carloads of cows. In fact, I want it to be able to empty as many cows as we can, but it has to be down to the carload exactly. So let's just do 240. No, let's not, because I'm going to be confused about why I did that in the future. So I'm just going to leave it. Tracks processes consume 1 carload of cows, turn it into 1 condensed cow carload. Then that gets moved into here. And you can fit a maximum of 14 in there. And then that's going to get consumed. So every 21,600, which that's about to get updated as soon as I add this. Yep. Damn it. You're going to consume, what is it? 7 condensed cow carloads, right? Because we consume 140 cows. No. You're going to consume 14 condensed cow carloads. Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I think I've had everything in half for a little while. Yeah, so this is 1/4 of what we've got. 14 times 4 is 14 times 4 is 560. But if we want to have, what's half of 560? 280, right? Okay, that's too high. So if we're breaking it down into carloads, I knew this was going to be a doozy. I figured this was going to be a problem. Character F is the letter F. It's a placeholder commodity for transferring between industries, so that the game doesn't get confused, so that Living Rare doesn't try to pick up stuff in the wrong place. Excuse me. Okay. So we are consuming 28 carloads, so this should just actually be 28. It'll be 28. That makes it better because if we move over to here and we look at the queues here, then we can double this, and then everything should be fine. Just the process needs to consume 14 units there. Phosphoric acid, it needs to consume whatever a quarter of that is, which is 22,925. 22,925. So it consumes a quarter of the phosphoric acid, it consumes a quarter of the compressed cows, and it'll run it 4 times a day. Now we need the next thing. What comes after F? Character G. So this is our input. No, this is our output of general goods, right? Yeah. Oh, and that's on the wrong side too. Should have put the output over here. Well, whatever. This is an output. Output of general goods. It's going to, let's see, the next thing up is character G. Placeholder commodity that can't be picked up by any car, although that isn't true. That was my original goal, but certain cars are far too adaptable, and they will try to pick this stuff up. We just need to make sure it gets consumed before it can get picked up. Character G. So, do we want to make it 1-to-1, or do we want to make it just 4? I think we just make it 4. So, size 4. Or, with this stuff we have not been doing, I'm trying to make everything work the same way, and it's just not helping. It's not working. No, let's set this to size 1, because we can make it 1 unit. Oh, we don't actually need 1. It's going to be 32 items in here. The process is going to take character G and convert it into general goods at a rate of consume 1, produce 8. It's going to happen every 21,600. Yeah. Now, the problem is I think these things will sort of get bunched up, and they might take more than expected, but that's okay. That's G. Okay, we need to have this thing. We need a Q for G. At some point we'll hit QQ, which will be a fun moment. Character G, size 1. It's going to be in items, because I'm definitely not concerned with how much a letter weighs. Size 1, weigh bill 0%. Tracks, not doing anything. Production, it produces 1 character G every time. And that's going to get industry linked over. Okay. now for the... Okay, let's see. We've got, what? We've got 3 things in. We've got this done, and this done. We need this. This is our general goods in. General goods in is going to be, it consumes general goods. We have that set to items already, I think. Yes. This is going to be character H. 0%, please. We need to set character H to items. We need to set that to 1 item. Processes. It's going to produce character H. So it's going to consume 10 general goods and produce 1 character H every 21,600. Okay. That should bring the character H in, and then we can bring the character H in here, which is to say we need a Q for character H. Size 1, waybill 0. Products character H can be set to items. Processes character H is a consumed item. Okay, so it's going to consume 14 of F and 1 of H every 21,600. I'm going to have to reset that every time, but it's good to have it to be in. Consumes 10, produces 1 H. Okay. The next up is going to be J. Character J. Waybill 0%. Size 1. Nope, 1. The fact I can set a size 0 is interesting. J is done in items. And we need a process. Ellis, what if there was an industry that's just a random spur that accepts gold dust and is called the Magic Railroad? Let's see. We've got gold ore and gold ore. We do not have gold dust. I'm sorry to break it to you. Okay. This is going to produce J and... Sorry, it's going to consume J and produce San Marcos product crates. This is producing 3,000 San Marcos product crates every 21,600. So 3,000, 21,600, and it's going to consume 1 J. I think that one should be done too. And this one, we gotta put in J as something that gets produced in the queues first. H, character J. Honestly, Ryan, I thought you would have more to say about the use of the letters for these intermediate commodities for processing reasons, because they strike me as very whimsical. I mean, they are truly speaking just computational variables brought to life, but they are brought to life. Oh, and we're about to run out of queues. Thank goodness we only have 1 more, right? So this is going to be K. Character K. We could definitely have some Magic Railroad references somewhere around here. That's for sure. Delivering the conjunctions. That's true. Just put some things together. All right. Items. I set that queue to 1. Yep. Tracks processes. Processes. It's going to take a K and create finished leather. Yeah. I assume there must be and button or commodities on the DLS. 21,600. It's going to consume 1 and it's going to produce 40,000. Goodness gracious. Oh, whoops. Produce 40,000. Okay. It's going to consume one and produce that. Okay, and then we need the final item here, which is... Oh, shoot, I forgot to add J to the process, didn't I? That's okay. We'll add them both at the same time. Character K. And then we need to set all this up on the industry link with industry links, and we need to put it on the spreadsheet. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a day. Oh, products, K, items. K and J. Okay, so it's going to create one of these each, 21,600. And that actually should be it in terms of the actual operation of the industry, which is nice. I'm going to double check with this one, although this is just packing up cows. So this is the thing that I like the least, that it's every 30 seconds instead of a normal amount of time, but, you know, because then it makes you want to pack more cows into here. Now we need to do the industry links. So the first link, let's see, add product link from, oh boy, DE Amarin. I'm actually probably going to copy that. So from the cattle to, let's see, phosphoric acid, character F. Sure. Okay, there's one. Next one. Add product link from, oh shoot, we need to know which way stuff is going. General goods in to, oops, hold on, phosphoric acid. So that's 2 of the 3 inputs. Those are the 2 inputs that are in, aside from the phosphoric acid. Next thing is going to be phosphoric acid over to the general goods out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why is there no product to transfer? Uh-oh, what did I do? This is general goods out, right? No, this is general goods in. General goods out is taking G. Consumes 1 character G and produces blah, blah, blah. This should be, there's a Q for G. Produces a G. Phosphoric acid to general goods out. What's going on here? What about, what if we look at a different one? Finished leather. Character K, okay. We have that. The other one is going to be the product crates. So phosphoric acid to product crates. Character J. Why can't I do G? What is the matter with G? Character G. It's the same as the others. What if I put one in here? Will that help? Oh, it's this one on the end, huh? Wait. Hold on. What did I do here? Phosphoric acid to, oh whoops, to general goods out. That one is correct. Cattle to the phosphoric acid. This one is correct. H from the inbound general goods to the phosphoric acid, right? That's inbound general goods is this one. If I made and button or cars and uploaded the DLS that had a whole bunch of loads, would I use them? Yeah, probably. If they looked the part. If they were appropriate. K over to finished leather. J from phosphoric acid to the product crates. And product link. This one keeps resetting, which is interesting. Needs to go to... Oh, sorry, no. It's going to phosphoric acid. Right? Because it's an inbound. It's a general goods in. No, it's a general goods out. Right? Because that's G. Something is going on here, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is. Character G will run out in 360 minutes. Is something wrong with this industry link? No, because it was working fine with a different one. So... G is produced by the main part of the industry, which is this phosphoric acid industry, and it's consumed by the general goods out part of the industry. And it's just not working. What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? What's the matter? Why did all the other ones work and this one did not? Nothing ever goes off without a hitch. Waybill, 0%. Size 1. It's exactly the same as H. Right? It's exactly the same as all of these. J, G, and K produces one item. Phosphoric acid to general goods out. Nothing. What am I missing? It's got to be something obvious. This is D ammonium phosphoric acid. It produces G's. There's a Q for G. This is ammonium meets general goods out. It consumes G's. There's a Q for G. Rack my brain out here. What could be wrong? General goods out. What if I try something different? What if instead of G I use something else? Let's see. Get rid of G. Let's try L. Let's try character L. Okay. We want to set this to items. We want it to pass through here every 21,600. Produces 1. Oh, how come the G wasn't in there? That's strange. Must have messed that up. Maybe that had something to do with it. Character L. Set that to 0. Set this to items. And then, yep, that's normal, that's fine. That's fine. This is the one I set up first, isn't it? Because I remember setting that to 8. So something has been up, and I do not know what. Let's try it now. No, still nothing. From phosphoric acid over to general goods. This is a queue for L. All of the other ones work. What is this? What is different about this one? It is exactly the same as the other product crates ones. Consumes 1 item from Q2. They don't have to be in the same queue or anything because the other ones aren't. Why does the industry link refuse to work with this industry? Could it have something to do with this industry? I mean, we can redo this one from scratch. It should be fairly simple. This is called that, and it is a one of these. Oh. Let's try it again. Something might have just been up with that one. That's always a possibility. Let's see. We need queues for 2 things. We need general goods, which is the first one, because that's the one with the boxes. And we need character L. I suppose character L. That should be set to 50. This should be set to 0. They both should be set to items. The process should consume a character L and produce 8 general goods. Like so, every 21,600. Produce 8 general goods. Start enabled. It's going to load a general goods into the vehicle. It's going to start with, let's see, the vehicle is, let's look at our spreadsheet. Okay, it's going to start with 32 and it needs a 64 maximum. So 64, items 32. Size 1 for that. And that should be all set. Save changes. Let's go to our industry link. Okay, there it is. Something was wrong with that industry. Alright, well, we did our troubleshooting. Now what? Now we need to get these things into place. We've looked at our thing enough. Where did I get pinged? Hold on a sec. Oh, that's that. This is this. Okay. Alright. I have figured out the industry. I've figured out my pings. We're ready to put these things into place. We also need to invisibilize this. So that's good. We are moving again. Oh boy, what a few minutes that was. Honestly, that felt like an eternity. I apologize for that. I wish I could have figured it out quicker. Wait. That's not where the industry is. The industry is the cows. The industry is these, the yellow circles. So let's add some spline points here and here. We don't really need to do that. We could have just broken the other two off like we did before. There and there. That. Come on. And then that should make it invisible. Yes. And let's start bringing in industry tracks. Although if I was smart, I would have done this before hiding things. Why is that off-center? Oh, no. Alright, yeah, this is going to be kind of tricky. Because there's so much going on, it wants to disappear. Which, big mood, but... Sorry, bud. Need your help right now. Alright. Let's see if I can get this lined up like that. That looks like it's about as good as it's going to get. This needs to... Oh, wait. It does have to scoot this way. And also the ground is not level. What else is new? Scoot a little bit this way so that it is... There we go. And now we just need to figure out where that spline point is. There it is. Connect that up. Part of me wants to just leave this, but... You know what? We'll fix it once we have all the industries in. Okay, next up is this one. And we still need to put the stuff in the spreadsheet. That's going to have to come afterward. We're taking a break from that to do this. To actually do the railroad part of it. Let's scoot... Oh, no. Let's scoot this spline point this way. Outside the other side of that. And then, let's see. Spline point there, spline point there. Right? Yeah, there. Okay. Put this guy in the middle. Oops. Oh, no. Well, you know what? We'll do this, and then we'll put it back. And it might have to be rotated slightly. That was more than slightly. That was a full degree. I mean, that might be fine, though. Might be. Let's find out. So let's connect those up. And I probably want to scoot this to the end. Yeah. Yeah, that worked great. Holy cow. Okay. That's about as good as I could have hoped for it to be, just from dropping it there. Perfect. Alright. So that one's done. What's next? Next one is over here in front of where they're hanging beef out of the side of the building. Whole sides of beef, just airing them out. Not only that, they're airing them out in full view of the cow pens. That's a little much, don't you think? I'm no vegetarian, but like, there's a such thing as cruel and unusual punishment. Oh, fudge. Oh, come on. How big is this hitbox? There we go. Oh, this I might have to drop in perfectly the first time. It's not in there perfectly, that's for sure. Alright, watch me rotate the building. Yep. How about we just do that for a minute? Get the building out of the way. Take the building and we push it somewhere else. I just need it to be parallel with that track. I mean, I can eyeball it pretty well, looks like. Let's tie this thing back together. That is not... I mean, it is parallel, but it's not what I would say... No, it's not parallel. Not what I would call in the right spot. So let's... What's going to be the easiest way to tell? Probably like... Do you think it's straight on 360 degrees? Do you think I did that? part of the reason this is squiggly is because it's not straight. That's on me. But yeah, this probably is perfect 90 degrees. What are you doing here? What are you? You are a random multiple industry that I think was buried under the building. Okay, let's put this back. No, it was not buried. It was the one that I grabbed to do, it was the one that I grabbed earlier for that industry track, and I ended up not using it because I put them all in the parking lot instead. Okay. I think that's back about where it should be. Well, it's not totally back where it should be because we are covering that end of that track, which I remember being uncovered, so. Not perfect. Okay. This is going to go over here. We need to line this up. This is also probably going to be 0 degrees, right? Because it's parallel with the other one, which is parallel with the building, which is perfectly cardinally aligned. I mean, if they could do the pyramids like that, we could definitely do a random meat packing plant like that. You know, we have the power of astronomy and whatever the heck. Although this track is not perfect. This track is not perfect, but I'm pretty sure the building is. In fact, we can check. Yeah, the building is on a perfect 90 degree. All right, we'll do these two at once. We'll hook them up together. Oh, game mad. Game big mad when I do that, especially around here. Come on. I'm going to have to fight with this. Oh, never mind. It got into line as soon as I said we were going to have to fight. That's right. My route should be scared of me. I should not be scared of my route. I'm in charge around here. Okay. There we go. We've got 2 more industry things in. It's kind of nice to have them done before you drop them in. Wow, that's a really good feeling, to be honest. Okay. It makes me feel like very smart and prepared. This is going to be in the hitbox of the building, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not, by some miracle. Apparently the hitbox does not include the track itself. Which I guess makes sense. This is one of these older pieces of content. I mean, a lot of these are... I am pretty agnostic as to the age of the content that I am using for this route. So... you know, we got some weird stuff going on. Okay. It's all set up. It works. It should work. Do we have a way to test it right now? No, not really. We'd kind of have to wait 6 hours. And I am going to leave the minions down here in the parking lot because they're invisible. So it's not a big deal. Oh. Been sitting down all day. Okay, so we need to put them in the spreadsheet. I mean, this whole day has been the Ameren meat packing plant. When I started doing this, when I set this industry up, I kind of figured it was going to be important. I didn't figure it was going to be this much of a pain in the neck. But, you know, hey, here we are. All right, screen. Everyone's going to have to bear with me while we do this, or else it's never going to get done. First of all, we need rows in the commodity balance for all the new stuff. That is cattle, which is above canned beans on pallet, right? No, it shouldn't be. Well, it depends on... no, it shouldn't be. C-A-T-T-L-E. So I was going to say, it's a shorter word, but that doesn't matter. And let me just make sure that comes through. Yep. Okay, we got units per carload, so we got cattle in here. What else have we got? We have... we've got general goods of 2 kinds. That's fine. That's the same as it was. We have phosphoric acid, right? And I think I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. We're going to do some spreadsheet shenanigans in a second. All right, so here's what I am going to do. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to go to data validation. Come on. Oh, it's off the side. That's right. Data validation. Criteria. drop down from a range, and then we're going to select the data range in here. This is going to be the range. This might end up being a problem if we add another one. I don't know why there's an empty row at the bottom. Okay, so there's our range. Oh, we can set the colors. No, I kind of want... Do I have to scroll past all these to set the settings? Because I want to change... No, advanced options. Show a warning. Plain text. Done. Wait. Did I have it check case? So wait, if I type in coal, it doesn't care about case. That's not great. Hold on, can I apply to range? Oh my god, I gotta go all the way to the bottom again because I can't reach the scroll bar. It's off the side of the screen. Advanced options. Okay, it doesn't care. It does not care about case. It's case agnostic. I don't actually think that's an issue. I think all of these formulas might be case agnostic, but that's... Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this anyway. Bye. Now I got to line it back up with the corner. There we go. So now I can get it right. We got cattle in here. Next up is phosphoric acid, which is under P, pH. So below petrol, fuel, and above potatoes. Phosphoric acid. When you have a spreadsheet for this long. Next up is San Marcos product crates, which are going to be above scrap. San Marcos product crate. Oh, see, I would have got that wrong. I would have put an S on the end of it. And then finished leather, which is above FL, right? Finished leather. Okay, so we've got those commodities, and I don't think we're missing anything else. We got the product crates, the leather, the general goods, in and out. Those were already there. The phosphors, the preservatives, and the cattle. Okay. Producer industries. This is where it begins. This is where the fun begins. Producer industries. Of the 6 industry tracks that we have in this industry, take notes, railroader mod makers. Of the 6 tracks that we have in this industry, we have 1, 2, 3 producers. We're going to have to get the names for all of them. Of course, I'm not going to be able to reach them because... Turn that off. Because, yeah. Alright, so we're just going to have to zoom out until we can see everything. Oh, did I put the potatoes in... Did I put the potatoes in here? Or the potato palette? Yes, I did. Okay. I did that one. I've been good. I've been keeping up with it, apparently. Okay. So, producer industries. 3 of these are producers. We've got Bellington. This is the first producers over here. So Bellington, insert 1 row above. Insert 1 row below. Insert 1 row above. This is all going to say Bellington. Oops. Location Dells. Name. If I was smart, I would have had another column in here. DE Ameren Meats product crates. Or, sorry. Ameren Meats product crates. Which is actually going to be below Ameren Meats general goods. General goods out. That's a producer industry. Oh wow, that's quite long. And then, what is the third one? Ameren meets... Oh, this is actually not going to be Ameren meets, huh? This is some other thing. What did we name this building? FF Tannery, right? Oh, FH Tannery. I don't remember what that stands for, but FH Tannery. And now I need to actually fix the name on this, even though they are connected. Because that's not Amber Meats. Sorry, DE FH Tannery. I wish I could remember what that was about. FH Tannery. You know, we could probably leave off the... Yeah, it's just... Oh, wait, no. Let me click on the thing, please. Finished leather. Oh, whatever. We'll leave it in. We'll leave it as saying that. Finished leather. Commodity. Finished leather. Interestingly enough. General goods. Oh, I should... Hold on. Let's do this for here, too. As a matter of fact, can I steal the data validation from here? Data validation. Apply to that. Add another range. Oh, perfect. Yep. There. Add another range. Producer industries. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, we did it. So this is going to be finished leather. Oh, nope, I need to actually click on it. General goods out box. And then San Marcos product crates. Perfect. We learned something today. Craziness. Okay. Also, this needs to be fixed once again. Okay. That's right. We need to do the production. It's going to be the same for everything. The San Marcos product crates is 12,000. The finished leather is 160,000. The Ameren Meats general goods out is 2 carloads, right? So 32. And then let's just do that. Oh, shoot. The line work went away. Okay. Okay, so that's that part of it. Now we need to do the consumer industries. Let's do the other side. Everybody left when I stopped doing math. Okay. Bellington, Dells, Ameren Meats. So it's going to be at the top. Okay. So we've got our 3 consumers, which is this one, of course. Oh, nope. I need to just zoom out. That's going to be the easiest way to see. DE, Ameren Meats, phosphoric acid. Which, let's actually drop the... phosphoric acid, and that just says phosphoric acid. It doesn't say drop off, right? Nope, just says phosphoric acid. Ameren Meats, cattle, commodity cattle, and then Ameren Meats, general goods, drop off. Or no, sorry, general goods in, right? Is what I called it. General goods in crate. And it's not saying in crate, it's saying in, comma, crate. Phosphoric acid is 91,700. Oops, 90, no, 91, 700. And the cattle is 560 head of cattle, which is a staggering amount of beef. Wait, sorry, that's 40. Okay. Okay. Now what? We've got 20 minutes left. We actually finished our thing. I feel accomplished. What about you? Uh, we can do this here. I don't know how much we want this to consume. Um, 20 cars a day? I mean, we've got space for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 in a track, and we've got 4 tracks. That's 48 cars of coal. But I don't want to go super crazy with this. I mean, we already went nuts with the cows. Um, and I could see turning that down, to be honest. But God knows I'm not going to. I'm not touching it. That's too much of a headache already. Ellis started late and ended early, reportedly the first time in literal years. Uh, yeah, I know. No, listen. I try to do one or the other. Or I try to avoid doing both. Um, okay. We've got to find stuff to do. We've got to, you know. Well, see, now you've put this challenge before me. But don't you know, Redding, there is largest railroader possible to do. Okay, let's just grab this, and this is actually going to be kind of a pain, because, okay, how long is this compared to the track that we have here? Actually, I should make it a little bit shorter and hook it up to rails only. Aussie's not joining LRP tonight. Oh, God. Oh, shoot. I've grabbed the industry and not the track. Okay, so it needs to be set to... wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's still there. Get out of here. It needs to be set to exactly a 180. It needs to be set to a cardinal direction. If when you get enough locomotives that more than the set of people you have, then I might join if you need me. Well, the thing is, we sort of have a rotating cast of characters, and we definitely have plenty of locomotives to go around. Lately, it was, up until now, I have felt like we have had more people than locomotives, in a very significant way. Wait, what am I moving? What? Seriously, what is this? Oh, it's FMA invisible. Oh, there's a second Mr. President, another invisible track. That's actually not great. This is why I should not be using invisible track that's actually invisible. We need a rails only track. Yeah, this'll do. The fact that it is slightly off is bothering me, but not enough to fix it. Please? Okay, yes. Chain track as a rails only variant. You're probably right. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What's going on over here? Oh, I probably just have to set this to adjust the height. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that was sunken into the ground. I didn't realize. Okay, so we have that. The problem is we need to set it, or at least we need to name it, and because maybe I'm done with math today. This is going to be. Do we have a name for this? This is lemon power, right? Yes. Uh, DE lemon power, and it is going to take just regular old coal. We've got a lot of different kinds of coal, is the thing. If we look at our industry list, which you can still see that, right? No, you can't. Uh, well, I'll just look through it really quick. Uh, for coal, we have many different kinds of bituminous coal: egg, lump, nut, raw, run of mine coal, slack coal, and stove coal. Which honestly, I think a power plant would probably be burning slack. Um, but we can probably just use regular coal for this. Um, we can. Well, I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be turning it back on at 10. Um, I'm gonna be turning it back on when I'm done. But let's see. What is a carload? So we could start exploring the different kinds of coal because right now we just have. Oh, excuse me. I say excuse me. That was my back cracking. Um, right now we just have for coal on the map. We have coal that's being consumed by the various coaling towers. So what you would call uh, what you would call I don't know, locomotive coal, whatever. What I'm saying is we can call it locomotive coal because it is coal for the locomotives, and we can refer to the regular coal commodity as locomotive coal. Um, all of the other kinds of coal that we have are, oops, all of the other kinds of coal that we have are carried by a couple of different hoppers. B&O 55-ton hopper. Oh, you know what? Look at this with me for a second. We've got our B&O 55-ton hopper here, and also a USRA 55-ton hopper, which is also B&O. The question is, are they the same? USRA 55-ton hopper B&O. Let me put this over here. That's you. And then the other one is... Go on. Where are you? There you are. There you are. B&O 55-ton hopper. Also, we got all the different anthracite up there, too. B&O 55-ton hopper original. So, if they're the same, we can eliminate a row from this. Ton hopper original. You. They are not physically the same. Oh, wait a minute. Supports all these things, right? And then you support. Okay, never mind. They are a little different. All right, perfect. Either way, it gives us different options. Because if you're running like a unit train of coal, because I'm partial to these giant hoppers, but they really are they're out of era. I've sort of built this around that. So bituminous slack coal, I think, is what we want to use for the power plant because it's junk. It's junk coal. And if we want to, I mean, let's see. How many cars can we fit in this yard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we can fit 80 cars in this yard. I probably don't want to do 80 cars of coal because that's a lot of coal. I mean, this is a good-sized power plant, but it's probably not going to go through 80 cars of coal in a day. I would say At maximum, we would do 20. So let's do 20. Keep things lively, keep things interesting. 20 cars of coal, which our coal is 49,940, because this is the car for that. 49,940. Let's go. Oh shoot, data validation. 49940. It's going to consume, let's call it 20 cars. If we go up to 40, I'm just going to bold 40 and 20 for now. 40 is going to be 1,997,600 units of bituminous slack coal. D11 power. Let's swap this. Let's get rid of this. Let's start doing interesting coal. Bituminous slack coal. But that's, of course, another commodity we need to add to staging. Oh well. We will work on staging again at some point. Items. Queues. Bituminous slack coal. What did I say? 1,997,600. Okay, and we are currently going to have half that, which is 998,800. 998,800. Waybill, 50%. Tracks, of course, we are going to unload bituminous slack coal from the car. It's going to consume bituminous slack coal, and how much are we going to consume? We want this to be a fairly smooth consumption. So we're going to have 20 carloads per day. We're going to have 49,940. Oops, sorry. 49,940. If we say units per production, let's say 40. Let's say, oh, you know what? We probably want to mess with time per production because of how big units are here. Okay, well, 21,600. That makes a nice round number. What about 216? So does that. That 2497. I don't know what the factors of that are, but I can't divide it in half. So maybe that's the end of the road, to be honest. Time per production 216, units per production 2497. So it's going to 2497 items consumed and 216 seconds. Okay, and I'll scoot this back into place. People are going to like drive off the edge here. Look at that. I just noticed this road just goes to the edge of the pit. What is the purpose of this road? Can we have like some sort of outbuilding here? Security shack or whatever. A mystery shack maybe. Okay, let's scoot this back like that. And what's up, baby? Hi. Is it gone? You're gone. Floria's doing the splits over there. Okay. You looked like you were. You looked like you could. Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That looks, yeah, that looks about right.
Big train.
Yeah, we got lots of coal hoppers for this place. I've got to put this in the spreadsheet. Consumer Industries, Bellington, Dells, HIJKL means it comes after H. Bellington, Dells. I could use some lemonade. Oh yeah, I have ice cream. Lemon Power. It's just called Lemon Power, right? Yeah, it's just called Lemon Power. Commodity. Bituminous slack coal. Consumption per day. Oh, what is the consumption per day? It's almost a million. 998,800. And then 20 carloads a day. There we go. There's another industry put in. What, Bankman? Can you guys see Bankman? It's Bank. Oh yeah, just barely. Bankman. You could see him just way down in the. He was like 3 pixels down in the corner of the screen. You could see him open his mouth. What Minecraft thing? Oh really? It should be fairly straightforward. Okay. I think that might be it for today. I mean, I can squeeze.
Hi, Mossy.
What can I squeeze into 4 minutes? Well, let's see. We can take stock of what we've done so far and what we need to do. I think everything in Dells is done. We have the grain elevator done. We have this industry done, which takes farm supplies. We have. Oh, this isn't done, and I didn't do this yet. I wasn't sure what to do with this. Part of me is tempted. Yay! Part of me is tempted to, instead of making this a team track, make this like an ice input. Hi, Lafayette. Hi. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, help. This is all done finally. Amarin Meats is all set. This is done. Big yawn. This is done. The food warehouse with the potatoes on pallets. And yeah, I mean, I guess that really just leaves this, which I haven't totally decided what I want to do with yet. It's either going to be bringing ice in to ice the reefers, which is probably what I should be doing. But I don't know if there is I don't know if there's another ice commodity. I think it might just be reefer ice. Oh, there is just ice. But I think this only goes in the reefers. Hold on. As reefer ice, not like as a commodity that is being transported around. Yeah. Okay, so if we end up doing something with ice, it has to come out of nowhere because the game isn't capable of handling that, I don't think. Also, I have something in my eye. So maybe I will just turn this into a team track and not worry about it. And I'll just have this be an icing platform that just makes ice out of nowhere. I don't know. They figured out refrigeration. They have an entire ship for making ice cream for other ships. And then, yeah, maybe we'll actually run a train at some point. Magic buffers are down that way, by the way. Definitely. I mean, we've got locomotives for days. We've got Midland engines. We've got all of our engines in here. 10-wheelers, Mikados. A mountain. Mountains outside. Pacific. Okay, so I think that wraps us up. This has been, I know we started late, but this has been a very good day for progress because having industries that function here in Bellington is a giant step in the playability of the route. Even though, we run out of town fairly quickly when we move in this direction, as much as I've been doing copy-pasting to fill it in, we do run out. Being able to drive a train here into the finished area at least, and be able to drop off and pick up some cars is pretty solid. Pretty solid. That's good. We do need to figure out what these other industries are doing, but next episode will probably be a return to scenery. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next week. This is the Admiral.